You had a plan. You started strong. You were consistent for a week, maybe two, and then, without a dramatic reason, you stopped. Now you are here again, wondering why you always quit. The answer is not laziness. It is not weakness. It is not a character flaw you were born with. The answer is biology. Your brain has one primary directive: keep you alive, not happy, not successful, alive. And from your brain's perspective, change is dangerous. Every time you push past your comfort zone, your brain registers it as a threat. It does not care that the goal is good for you. It only knows that what you are doing is unfamiliar, and unfamiliar means risk, so it fights back. Neuroscientists call this the homeostasis drive. Your brain and body are constantly working to maintain a stable internal state. When you disrupt that state by working harder, waking earlier, eating differently, or pushing through discomfort, your brain generates resistance, fatigue, doubt, a sudden, convincing feeling that none of this is worth it. That feeling is not the truth. It is a biological alarm doing its job. Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford has explained that the brain's threat detection system, centered in the amygdala, cannot easily distinguish between physical danger and the discomfort of sustained effort. Both feel like threat. Both trigger the same impulse: stop, retreat, return to what is familiar. This is why quitting always feels like relief, because neurologically it is. The moment you stop pushing, the alarm turns off. Your brain rewards you with a brief sense of calm, and that reward teaches your brain to quit faster the next time resistance appears. There is also a timing problem that almost nobody talks about. Dr. Aaliyah Crum at Stanford studies how mindset shapes behavior and performance. Her research points to what she calls the valley of difficulty. This is the period after the initial excitement of a new goal fades and before any visible results appear. It is the hardest stretch of any commitment. Progress is happening beneath the surface, in neural pathways being rebuilt, in muscles adapting, in habits forming at a level you cannot yet see or feel. But because none of it is visible, it feels like nothing is working. Most people quit in the valley, not because they failed, because they could not see that they were about to succeed. This is the critical thing to understand. The resistance you feel is not proof that the goal is wrong. It is proof that your brain is being asked to change, and change is uncomfortable by design. Knowing this reframes everything. When the voice says this is not working, you can recognize it as a reflex rather than a fact. When motivation drops, the solution is not to push harder. Dr. B.J. Fogg at Stanford has shown that when willpower is low, the answer is always less friction, not more force. Do the smallest possible version of the behavior to keep the chain unbroken. One paragraph instead of a chapter. 5 minutes instead of an hour. A single rep instead of a full session. The goal is to stay in motion, not to perform at peak every single day, because consistency across time beats intensity in bursts. Every time. And remember the valley. When nothing seems to be working and every part of you wants to stop, ask yourself one question. How close to the other side might you actually be? Most people quit at 2 weeks. Most results show up at 6. You had a plan. The plan was not the problem. The timing was. Stay in the valley long enough and what is waiting on the other side will surprise you.